Hello, beautiful people. How are we feeling today? Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome to another edition of If This Were a Podcast, what name would we give it? Let's use that as an icebreaker. Let me know in the chat if this were a podcast, what name would we give it? If these webinar sessions were a podcast. Can you guys hear me clearly? Please, if the audio quality dips, kindly let me know in the chat. But if this were a podcast, what name would we call it? Let me know in the chat. I'm waiting, guys. So no one has come up with a new name for our podcast. Okay, cool. Let me switch that one out and try a new icebreaker. Um, so guys, now that our favorite team in the World Cup has been knocked out, who are we supporting today? Let me know in the chat. If the chat is disabled, tell me in the Q&A. All right. Oh, okay. All right. Hi. Hello, Scott. I personally, yes, England. I too am waiting for England, but I don't know if I would see the game. Yeah, damn. They should just shut down everything. We're all hoping for France to, win it and restore balance to the world, but it happens. Yeah, I may watch today's game. Maybe, probably. Awesome. Hold on, guys. In the final stretch, and I just want to congratulate you guys for doing hard things. Special shout out to Frederick and Genevieve or Genevieve. I don't know if you guys attended the portfolio showcase, but I was really impressed. Like, man, reach out to those dudes and see the portfolios they created, the projects they worked on. They blew my mind. They blew my mind. And I'm glad at least one or two people can proudly present their CV and say, yes, I'm a data engineer. Shegun says he will start watching, but as soon as he sees England losing, he will just say his prayers and go to bed. Understandable. I plan not to even watch in protest, but I'm like, if I don't watch, who cares? FIFA doesn't care. Messi doesn't care. We won't even notice. So I'll watch it for the love of the game. I love beautiful football. Yeah. So about the portfolio, man, you guys are amazing. I'm glad that you guys have taken our concepts, our practicals, and done amazing stuff. Frederick built a pipeline for restaurants in Nairobi. Genevieve built a pipeline for cryptocurrency prices, and she used Grafana that we didn't even teach. You guys are freaking awesome. And that's why from that I knew from that period I was saying, if you answer some questions, I'll say, yeah, ready for a certificate. I knew what I was saying. Yes, you guys can now boldly put it on LinkedIn. Please put these things on LinkedIn, on all your channels. And again, it's not just putting it there. I don't know, maybe this should have been a beyond the pipeline session, but I'll just bring it up here. So, like, you guys have to, how would I put it? Should I say curate your algorithm on social media? For example, on Twitter, there are people I follow, and at times they say, okay, we are looking to invest so and so amount in a US startup. Or if you are in this particular field of tech, please send a DM. So I don't know, but you guys can try and look for those guys on social media, and you see sometimes opportunities will come up via a social media post. And then before you know it, you've moved on to something better. So these are what other times it's okay. They say if you've done a project or if you've built anything, show, just send a link. and then you can go ahead and then things change. So yeah, I'm just this. I don't know whether you've heard this anywhere, but just let me just point it out to you too. I too started this journey with this company because of a post on social media. I saw an Explore AI ad on social media on Instagram, and here I am today. So that's another way. Yes, it's good to have a well-created CV and on LinkedIn, but also on Twitter, even on Instagram, Substack. If you want to go to the social media platforms where you see in quotes, there are serious people there. Substack, Blue Sky, Reddit, on X, formerly Twitter. But you have to create it there. And then yeah, because what you guys are doing is freaking awesome. And then I give one or two tips because at times they might want to check out the GitHub and they want to see that there are branches just to ensure that there's a QA process. So all in all, fantastic job, everyone. You guys are amazing. I remember it occurred to me that last week one or two of us here were found the concepts boring. True or yes? Let me know in the chat. There is a funny thing about droning about concepts, those droning, especially when you have not gone to the material and true or yes, let me know in the chat. Last week's session was boring, right? It looked so abstract. Yeah. Don't be shy. You can see it in the chat. Well, I also love when I get to write code and do live sessions. It brings me to life. So today we'll be going straight to practicals, a little discussion on the slides. Yeah, I might talk a little just to explain so that we keep up and know what's happening. So today we'll be looking at deeper concepts in Spark. So in big data, why do we need Spark? Let me know in the chat. Why do we need Spark? Not Spark from Star Trek, our Pi Spark. Let me know in the chat. Why do we need Spark? Remember, we've orchestrated data or the tasks with Airflow, ingested with our APIs, use Docker to containerize. So what do we need Spark for? But if anybody can remember anything I mentioned last week, that's why more often than not, we go through the concepts first before we start writing code. Yeah, if I can just say for processing, in one word, processing is awesome. Your answers are excellent. Processing the data. Why didn't we use which other tool? Why didn't we use which tool can we use? Yes, we can process data on our Google Sheets and the other smaller tools we can use. But we're dealing with big data, so we need something that can handle big data. And so we're using something free and open source, we're using PySpark. So I hope that makes sense to all of us. I hope we have an understanding of where we are in the course and where we are right now. We are trying to process data. Why? Because like we said from the very, very first session, data comes in messy. We have to reform it, make it look nice and neat so that the other data teams can pick it up from the warehouse or the data lake and use. Does that make sense, everybody? Can I advance? Let me know in the chat if I can advance. Okay, Anthony, I was just asking questions. I just asked the question. I was asking, why do we need PySpark? So can you reply to me? Can you let me know in the chat? Why do we need PySpark or Spark? What are we using it for in data, in big data engineering? To process the data. Data comes in messy. Remember, we've used things like Airflow, Docker, all of them have their different purposes. But now we're processing the data to make data clean, to remove the messiness on the data, to refine it so we can have value. Since there are tools for smaller data sets, we're working with big data, and PySpark is a tool that can handle heavy big data that other smaller tools can't. Does that make sense now? So airflow orchestrates. Airflow says after this, do this, or do this like this. But PySpark processes the data itself. It checks, okay, do the columns, do they make sense? Okay, what format is it in? Are there null values? Can we join? Can we create windows? Can we read? Can we write data? You have gotten to the state now where you are touching the big data itself. If notice, we could do the airflow even without a data set. We could just be getting the logs. Or PySpark now, you're processing the data. Does that make sense, Anthony? All right. So let's jump in. I am your one and only amiable host, Kayode John Balogun, your data scientist slash technical mentor. Remember our rules of engagement. If you have any questions, put them on the Q&A. Enjoy our chat feature and don't forget to listen, learn, and engage. So the concepts we'll be covering today would be reading, writing, transforming, SQL too. Remember when I'm always shouting, hope you are practicing your SQL, joins, and then pandas in our user-defined functions. Before I proceed, I hope we have been practicing Python and SQL, or at least going to the content on Athena. Now, I always say this thing. I hope we have. All right. So, okay. Here you are. Let me create a new file. So we just create a file that illustrates 8 core concepts in PySpark. Deeper concepts.py. Okay. So let me make this bigger. All right. I hope it's clear to each and everybody now. I hope you can see my screen clearly. Please let me know before I fire away.
Yes, we can see it clearly.
All right, thank you. So, before I begin, who can know why we're in the IDE now? Or who can tell us why we're in the IDE? What are we trying to do? I said it earlier, but I just want to see if anyone is following. And I keep putting this, asking these questions because it's very easy for me to drone on. And I'm sure, sorry, is my voice quality, is it good?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's very easy for me to drone on, and then a lot of people are lost, or the concepts don't make sense at all. So are we still together? Does anyone know where we're in the ID now? So I said we're going to illustrate 8 concepts, deeper concepts in PySpark. What is PySpark for? For processing data. And we can illustrate these concepts in a Python file. We'll run it and then look at our data frames and see the output. Does that make sense, people? Are we still together? So what I did now, I just created the file we would um where we'll be creating our Python file, and then we'll be using a small data set, because yeah. But you can do the same thing with open and free data sets online, or even bigger data sets, so you can see the speed. Just because I don't want to go online and while we are doing this, so or use bigger data sets. I just want to use something small to illustrate the point. Are we still together? Okay. Thank you, Tom. So, as we can see, we'll be using a toy factory to illustrate this point. Remember, in data engineering, processing large data sets can feel like managing millions of toys in a massive, fast-moving factory. Apache Spark is the ultimate management system for this environment. Like someone mentioned earlier about parallel processing, here it allows a cluster of computers. Imagine the computers as our tiny, fast-moving employees or helpers to coordinate the task in parallel. Are we still together? In fact, I'm glad someone used parallel processing. So at least I don't have to explain that concept further. That it means we grasped some of the things that were mentioned last week. So we can say, using analogy, we can say opening the toy truck is like reading the data. We use our syntax spark.read. While we're using that, we want to ingest data from databases, from cloud storage, or even from want to ingest it from database or cloud storage into our Spark memory. And then, definitely there will be waste or there will be trash in this our toy factory. And then we'll have to clean out and make sure that definitely the toys don't go out messy or it's you're making toys. Maybe when you weld some parts or you glue some parts, you have to tidy it up. So we do that with schema manipulation or in brackets with column to clean messy headers, to remove junk data, and to add custom calculations. So let's say it's Christmas time. I want to use red and green for a particular set of toys. So you know that we are going to use our PySpark for projections and filters, where we use select and filter. I hope we are still together. So that when I'm saying it, so that when we go ahead, I'll still rehash and then it makes sense. So this differential and filtering is just you're focusing on the relevant rows and columns, and you're saving CPU and memory. And then we do aggregations, group by ag. We all know aggregations, what we can use it for. Calculating our averages, our totals, our counts. And then when we are done, let's say the toy factory want to package the shipping boxes, we writing data, df.write, data frame.write, and then we put them in parquet or lake formats. I hope you can remember why the parquet is important. Let me ask again, once again, why do we use optimized parquet formats for our data set? You can let me know in the chat. Thank you, optimization. Thank you very much. I'm glad we're together. And then we're using pack.sql, we'll be using joins and unions to merge user-defined functions, UDFs, and Panda UDFs to apply custom Python calculations using our arrow batch execution. Some might feel I should have skipped that last part because I don't want to sound trash, but I hope one or two people at least are following me. Are we still together, people? So the first concept we'll be looking at is reading data. Think of it as you are pulling the toys out of the delivery truck to begin work. And in PySpark, we will read the files into a memory known as the data frame. In the real world, this data can be read from your S3 buckets, your Azure DLS using spark.read.csv or spark.read.parquet or using database JDBC connectors. Next, we'll be renaming, adding and dropping columns, cleaning up, making it make sense. So overwrite headers, drop jump columns. Be using, like I mentioned earlier, with column renamed to rename and drop. So I hope what I'm saying is making sense. The writing data, registering our data frames, like I said, using unions, joins, windowing, etc. Are we still together, people? Kindly let me know in the chat if we are together so that I may begin. No, nothing is going on. Yeah, Bello, you're in the right place. You're correct. Yes, nothing is going on. I was just explaining so that we are together all the way. That was what was happening. So you are safe. Nothing is going on. I wanted us to listen. So, um, let us begin. Let's let's start by um starting our session. Okay. I don't know why you want to access my microphone and everything, but go ahead. So, you can tell me what I was doing. I forgot more often than not. You are using different platforms. You use Shift Enter, so I was running. I just forgot. I just remembered I had to use Enter. So we start to import necessary from PySpark.sql import Spark session. Okay, accept. Um, PySpark. Pardon me. I think I should not have allowed Antigravity to access my microphone because I don't know what the problem is. But it's cool. I hope you can still see the screen. And can you still see the screen? Just ignore the noise. I think it's, yeah, import functions as if um, from PySpark. So call dot window for our window functions. What's our window? And then from PySpark dot SQL dot types import or just the string type. Give us our string type. All right. And then import our CSV. And then I'm sure all of us are used to pandas by now. Both our pandas as PD. So are we still together now, people? Okay, let me finish this up before we do Spark session. Okay, deeper concepts. All right, and then okay, create. Spark session. Spark session. Deeper concepts. Build. Create. All right, you are good to go. Spark context. Yeah. Dot set log level around. All right. Okay. Is the issue? Don't worry. Okay. Should we fix this now? Okay. Let's fix. Okay. So yeah. Around this time. So what's going on? Before I continue, I have a feeling some of us already know what's going on, but I just feel like, yeah, let me go ahead and explain some more. If that's okay, you guys. So we are starting our Spark session. Think of it as the manager of the factory who coordinates all the other workers, the executors across the factory. Are we still together, people? I'll fix this later. So the setting login level is just to avoid cluttering because our output is going to be displayed on our ID terminal. You can also use your Jupyter notebook for this. Are we still together, people? So let's now do the first concept. Let's read data, our mock data into what you call it. Our mock data into our CSV file. So let's into Spark, sorry. So the first concept, let's call this concept one. Concept one. Reading data into Spark. Reading data into Spark. So I think I have this data set here. Just copy this. So it's just a small data set you are working with. We can work with something heavier. Our toy data. We have the toy ID, the toy name, category, the price, the color, the rating. So toy ID, we have T101 to T105. The category, toy name, BZ123, Giggle Teddy, Choga, Speedy Razor, Dino Raw. Category, some are robots, some are plush teddy bears. We can see trains, cars, and then the price in dollars, some $25, 15, etc. And then the color and then the rating, how it performed with our customers. Did they like it? After shopping, what are the ratings they left on it? Over 5. This is just explaining what our CSV, our data sets that we read into Spark is all about. So, okay, toy data. Seriously, okay. Let's see if this is correct. So it's open. That shows that CSU new line and CSU right toy data. Okay, cool. So bear with me. I don't know where my screen is hanging. Do you know if it, I don't know if it's just me. Um, I feel like pausing everything to find out where that sound is coming from because it's kind of driving me crazy. But it's cool. Um, I think the first time I'm experiencing something like this, I think I should not have allowed it to use my microphone. But I hope it's not causing too much of an issue for you guys.
Sounds like you're playing this old family com game. That's how it sounds like.
I think like stopping the entire session and finding out where is that sound coming from, but it's cool. Will soon be done. I think what's going to happen is I'll just shut in one or two things and then uh fire away from there. But we'll soon be done because it's driving me crazy. Hope it's not annoying. Shaggy, is it annoying? Let me know in the chat. Is the sound annoying? Let me know if
Not,
I should close
I've been
everything.
wondering. I thought something was playing on the background of my music, of my system. I've been wondering where that sound is coming from. I didn't know it was from the screen.
Okay, okay. Oh, but it's not as annoying as
No, 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 no. No, it's not.
okay, and it's not distracting, right?
No, it's not distracting.
Um, Leonard, do you concur? Oh, Scott says it's Scott says it's super distracting. Yeah, it happens. So you know what? I'm kind of glad this stuff happened. Because what's her name? Genevieve was like, it was an incredible experience. I don't know if she's here in this session, but she was like, it was an incredible experience presenting her project in front of people like that. And I was not making fun of her. I was like, um, I was like, so you see what we go through when we are doing live coding, anything could go wrong. And if you can't fix it quickly, you start looking you start looking very funny. So it happens. It happens. Yeah, that's true. Reverse schema true. True. But it's good practice because whether you like it or not, you might find yourself doing this. So it's like some of those CTOs that do presentations for tech products. I don't even know if you watch some of those conferences like Google I/O or where you have to illustrate the new tech you guys have created. And sometimes it goes smoothly, sometimes it does not. I don't even know if you guys have seen sessions like that. And do you know occasionally this autocomplete is so distracting. Concept. Okay. Yeah. Autocomplete is so distracting. Concept one. Let's see. This is the opening. This is our outputs on the terminal, so we can when we're explaining. So I'm not stressed with this, but I just want to include this delivery truck, aka reading the data. Reading the data. My drive, if there are any issues, we'll fix it later. But wow, this autocomplete can be annoying. Let me see. Open delivery truck, reading the data. Okay, cool. Let me see. Hmm. Dot show. You can remember what our show does. You can let me know in the chat. So next we would be renaming, adding, and dropping columns. Here we just read the data and the all the rest was just so when it looks very neat in the terminal and we can say, oh, this is what we're doing when it pops up. So next, let's say we're attending to messy data, messy stuff. Want to tidy it up, want to clean it up. That's simply what we are doing. So we're just renaming, adding, and dropping columns. So let's say we rename a toy, we add maybe a 10% tax column, drop the rating column, just editing, clean up the data set, maybe adding one or two new information. So that's what the next segment we are going to do for. So we say the variable clean, clean toy box, and then yes, and call it toy truck. So remember we said with column rename, we want to rename with with column rename. This is how we spell renamed with column yeah. So column rename. Let's say um toy. Let's go. Let me just copy this. And then let's rename it to product name. Mm, Product underscore name. Yeah, and with column, we see let's add price with tax, say price with tax. Yeah. And then fix the new price. Let's see. Stop helping autocomplete. Okay, price. Look at this price. And then let us drop the column for rating. No, that's rating. So for our own sakes, we see it. So we see it in nice output. So we just dropped columns there. We say illustrating concept two. Pardon? Yeah. Illustrating concept two. See new labels. And what we did was rename, add, and drop. So, all right. Clean toy box dot show. Cool. So next one in next concept in PySpark. Don't worry, I'm seeing I have one or two errors somewhere. We'll fix it later. Okay, we fixed one now. So next concept would be okay, concept one. That illustrate Here with me guys. I let me just demarcate so it pops up. Renaming, adding columns. Let me just label this properly. I will follow along. Step two. Renaming, okay. All right. And dropping a column. Cool. So next, concept three. Focusing on focusing on ignore this, not columns and expressions, but implementing projections and filters. So, like I mentioned earlier, let's say it's Christmas. We want only red toys. Say only red toys. Clean toy box. Say only red toys. Ignore this. Red toys box. select product ID, product. No, we changed it to product name. That would it. Yeah, toy name. Change to product name. So select product name. Yeah, product name, price, color. Then we filter for red. Okay, yeah, cool. Let me just cross check. Only red toys from our clean toy box. Select just the product name, sorry, the price, and then the color. I will filter for the color red. So next, the output for our terminal. Let's see. Print um concept. Spell concept again. Concept three. Let's spell concept three, right? Okay, yeah. It's the concept three. Let's see. Red toys. Okay. I'm gonna work with this. Yeah, let me just work with this to save time. Concept three. And then delete this. All right. Mm, concept three filter. All right. I think we should be good to go now. Only red toys. Surely red toys. Yeah. I feel like I'm skipping a closing bracket somewhere. Let me see if I should fix it now or later. Okay. I see where the issue is. Let me fix it now. All right. Cool. Only red toys. Sure. Cool, cool, cool. So we filtered. We want only red toys. Next, let's perform some aggregations in Spark. Our group by aggregation. Let's check it out. Let's see how far. Let's see how it works. But so far, I hope are we followed? Are we still together? We filtered. Next, we just want to count the toys and find the average price. That's the group by we're doing with aggregation. I hope we are still together. I hope I am not the only one in the session. All right. Tam says she's good to go. Oh, that here concept four aggregating. Concept four performing aggregation in Spark. So we say count by category. So we have to offer. Okay. Count by category, clean box. Remember our group by group by. I want it to be group by category. Group by category. Uh, I think, thank you. Group by category. Let me delete some of this. I don't want some. Yeah, group by category, find the aggregate, recount, a product name, use the LS, toy count, or let's see, make it easier, let's see how many toys. How many, how many toys? Then the average price, and let's give it as average price. Okay, print conference for aggregations, count by category to show. Awesome. Yeah, we're making good speed. Are we still together? We just performed aggregation. Are we still together? Please let me know before we jump into concept 5. Any issues? Remember, I said the issue, you can see there are a lot of autocomplete, so it's not really to cram the syntax, it's know what you want to do. And then when you practice, it will come. And at times, practicing is well. So even when if you are giving something you don't want or might cause issues, you can detect it already and remove it. So next, concept 5, we are writing data from Spark and we are saving our clean data frame as a Parquet file. The Parquet we've been talking about for a while now. So that's what we're going to do now. Step 5 or concept 5. So can I begin? We are just concept 5, writing data from Spark. I mean, concept 5, writing data from Spark. So she ignore the auto suggestion. We're writing into a Parquet file. So we see clean toy box. Thank you. Not .csv. Clean toy box dot write dot mode. Okay, all right. Overwrite Parquet file. Okay, output. What did you give me? You know what? Let me just type this out myself. Autocomplete is play with me today. Clean toy box dot write dot mode. Overwrite dot Parquet. And what I want in our package should be the output dash clean toys. Clean underscore toys. Yeah. Overwrite mode. Overwrite package output clean toys. This is for the terminal print. 5 writing data. Okay, it's good enough. Um, writing data. So, next, concept 6. Let's manipulate the data set a little bit with SQL. I hope we are still following. I have a feeling if anyone was stuck, you guys let me know in the chat. We just root it in our package file for someone likely said earlier, for compression to optimize. If you're working with very powerful or heavy data sets, you have to do that. So we just wrote it. In fact, okay. Okay, let me leave that writing data. So we just save the clean data frame as a package file. So next, we want to manipulate the data set. Want to manipulate data set with Spark SQL. The first thing we do is to register the clean data frame as a SQL view. Remember optimization, optimization, optimization. Are we still together? All right. So it works. Okay, let's try. Let's make this toy table. Sorry, let me specify the concept we are on now. Concept 6. Manipulating data sets with Spark SQL. I feel like I should just have stuck with my cursor, but I just like the color of this UI. Okay, what was I? Click on box. Okay, create a replace very view toy table. Okay, let's see. Creating a car. Let's see megaphone toys. Scott toys. Circle. Yeah, start the circle. So select select product. Select our product name. Yeah, product name. We want the product name on the category, and then price with tax. Price price with tax. Then from our toy table, where the price with tax is greater than 20 bucks. Okay. Yeah, the same format we've been using. Yeah, close this. Then This one is just the print, so we can see what happened. Um, print concept six, SQL syntax. Cool. Almost done. Pattern me, Control Z. Okay, now to performing unions, joins, and windowing. I'm sure by now we're all familiar with unions, joins, and windowing. I have a feeling all of us did the DA course. Did we? Did we not? I hope we're still together. Are we still together, people? Sorry, before we do that, I nearly forgot. Yeah, concept 7. Okay, cool. Let's do join. Let's call this joins, unions. I've forgotten how to spell union. UN, yeah, union and Windows and Spark. Join unions and Windows and Spark. Cool. So first things first, we'll do the union. I asked whether I remember our DA lesson, so understand what's happening when we are creating a union. Do you still remember what unions do? Are we still together, people? Only time, only time is now responding. Okay, maybe we'll take a little break. So far, so far, yes, we know we've been processing data with Spark. Okay, let me ask a question about what I did. Let me go far from here and look for an icebreaker. Talk about the World Cup. Talk about how many of us play. I can't see emoji reactions. Okay, maybe that's why. Sorry, I can't see emoji reactions. Shagun, can you see any emoji reactions?
Unfortunately, I don't know why I can't see it on my
You
side.
can't see. Okay, cool. So it's like that. No one likes to feel like they're the only one. Yeah, no one likes to feel like they're the only one talking to themselves. Okay, since most people are saying they are cool, all right, because I don't want it to be like live session where we are just droning. Yeah, but you also get the recording, and also I'm doing it so that when you go to the content on Athena, it doesn't look too abstract. On Athena is disjointed, but here we're doing everything in a single using a single data set, and a single Python file. In the production environment, your code might be longer, but more often than not, these 8 concepts what we doing, barring connecting with your JDBC, which I'm sure if you did the DA course, connecting your Jupyter notebook with MySQL Workbench, you find out that even in the syntax, there are kind of like some similarities, especially when it's asking for a username and password. So that's why I didn't even do that here, but this should be like your template. Anyway, you see PySpark, I just want you wherever, whether it's here in the course, whether it's at work, whether you're working on your own project, whether you're working for a client, you have this. You can I do it this way so that the project might look very big or complicated, but once you have the idea of what you want to do, you can just come back to this simple. What comes to PySpark, you can just come back to this recording or to this simple Python file, look at the concepts, and then you don't realize what I want to do on this project or at work. How does this relate? What do I need to apply? So it's not even you focusing on the syntax. You're like, okay, this is how I go about this. And then you fire away. Are we still together, people? I can't see emoji, so let me know in the chat. I just feel like does this is think of this as a cheat sheet for your data engineering career when you're working with Spark. If you notice, that's why I use shorter examples. Yes, you might on this concept, or even maybe on one concept, maybe it's concept 5 or concept 4, where you're aggregating, or concept 3, where you're projecting and filtering. You might write hundreds of lines of code, but here we're just writing 2, or in some cases 3 or 4 or 5. I'm doing this so that you have this as a cheat sheet or a template. You understand? This is what we are doing. This is what the various concepts do. Okay, there will be a recording, but if you want, I can make this a simple .py file I'll share with you. I would it will be include I would when Nozipo is posting when the recording and everything is posted on eHub, I would share the Python file. So be it a job interview, be it anything, this is a very, very summarized. I don't know any of I don't know if you remember there's one book, Strength Nigerians, one short, is it some key points. There's one short book that summarizes an entire course. So I'm just saying, when it comes to PySpark, you can always reference this .py file, have all the syntax as like a cheat sheet. Obviously, I'm not cheating, just to remind you, and then you fire away. That's why I'm always asking, are you guys with me? Do you know where we are, what we are doing? And so that hopefully it makes sense for you. So, where were we? You're welcome, Bello. Where were we? Yes, creating the union. So let's see. And I make it kind of short too, so you guys stay with me till the end and you don't run away. This is 7A unions or union. So see, create a data frame with extra plug. So Spark dot create data frame and data frame. Okay, blocks. No, I just want this to be neat. Okay, all right. Yeah, hello. 216. 216. Let me accept this and just correct it. 216. Let's call this box. Then, yeah, box chef box. Mega. Don't mind me, I'm just accepting this just to save time. Um, 5, 5.0, hello, 4.9. This should be toy ID. Toy name, category. Yes. Let me just delete this. The toy ID, toy name, category, price, color, rating. Um, um, hmm, I should just have typed everything on myself. Okay. 18. All right. So we don't have any errors. All right. Next, we say uh combined with join and say combined toy truck incoming toy truck union extra blocks. Yes, incoming toy truck union extra blocks that we created. Cool. So we created a union. Next, we do a join. Let's call it 7B, 7B, C, yeah, join. So we're almost done, guys. Um, this might be yeah, we're almost done. So 7B, 7C. Uh, joins, create our join, okay. So create data frame. I say toys, replies, spark, then data frame. Um, no, I just want a tiny example. You know what? Okay, let's see. Robot. Ah, robot. A supplier, robot cope, robot core, incorporated, push, Cordal Bros. Oh, wow. It's even coming up with names for me. Awesome. Um, let's let's go on that one. Let's say come on, let's say train tracks limited. Awesome. Okay. I see your usefulness now. Autocomplete. Category, supplier, supplier name. Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Okay. Seems like my help us finish faster. Okay. Let's see. Toys, supplier, supplier tags, toy box, dot join toy suppliers on. Oh, join. Okay. Toy suppliers on category how. No, natural. Yeah. Not join. Next. Let's do window. Let's see. Um, 7 C Windows. Then screen. Let's see. Category. Category. Window. Partition by. I'm sure the sequel is coming back to most of us now. Window partition by category. Dot order by. Order by. No, F. Not column. Price. And then we can now see in descending order. Descending order. Cool. Um, and then let's rank the toys. Let's see. Ranked toys. Clean toy box. Yeah, column. Column. Um, column. Let me accept and say something. Okay. Clean toy box with column. Let's call this. Rank. My rank. Mm, category. Ranking category. Rank over category window. Okay, cool. What to print? Ah, print. Or is there any? Let's just do it. Print. uh, Concept. Con 7A to save time. On 7A union. Then Combine to a truck. A truck. Cool. Ah, awesome. Windows content be joined Windows. Ah, awesome, awesome, awesome. Yes, Frank Toys. Now to the very last concept, applying a user-defined function and other defined function in Spark. So this one is just 8A and 8B. So we're almost done. Stick with me, guys. Okay, it's true. I can't see the emoji, so even if you guys understand, it will not. So, but hopefully, I hope we are following. Let me just do this quickly, and then we see the output, and then I can explain some more. So we see concept A, concept 8, concept 8, B, UD, F, and lambda UDF Spark. So we start with 8A, UDF row by row. Hope I spelled wrong. Row by row processing. Cool. Let us begin. Okay. And an EDF return type, string type. Okay, let me use this. I'll just go quickly. Return type. My function gonna get price packet. Okay. No, let me go with something simpler. Let's see. Let's toys that laugh. Let's do toys that giggle. Make giggle. Let's call it name. Let's make it shorter. Return F. F. No, not the output type. Mm, I think giggle. I just see. So what's the problem? Okay. Mm, Return. mm, oh, pardon. All right. So return it to laugh. You see, clean toys. Okay, clean toy box with column, giggling name, make giggle. Okay. Excellent. To complete you now. You have improved. Next, for fast batches of vectorized panda UTF. Want it sharp, sharp. Uh, let's see, 8B. Let me label it properly. Since I'll be giving it to you guys and you guys vectorize UTF. Okay. So the names don't sound confusing. I know what they do. Oh, fast batches. How to spell batches? No, you have to vectorize like that for fast batches. Mm. And then, as usual, FATF, um, no, just string type. String type. All right. Um, Almost done, guys. Just a couple more lines, and then we'll stop Spark. Literally. Well, let me just cross check what I've been doing. UDF, string type, make make a bigger giggle. Make this toy laugh louder. Make a giggle. Then names. Series. Let's use return names. No, let's go big. Let's see. Wahahaha. So what's the issue now? Okay, I think we should be good to go. I knew I was missing something. Yes, pandas underscore ADF should have. Bear with me, people. Just I'm struggling with the complete here, even though it has been awesome so far. Um, okay. Um, series returning. Okay. Yeah, I think we're good to go. Uh, Mega giggling toys. I could get it somewhere. Yeah. Giggling toys, clean toy box, mega giggling name, mega giggling product name. Yeah, awesome. So yeah, we can print concept 8A, standard UDF. Um, and print 8B. And what's the first one? Name, sure. Giggling toys, standard giggling toys, to show. And finally, we stop Spark. Yeah. Spark dot stop. So hopefully we run and we don't have any issues. Um, okay. Let me put functions name PySpark to SQL. Cool. What could the error be? My importation. Mm, there. So bear with me. We're supposed to sell the okay, accept changes. Yeah, I might have maybe not the errors there. Allow, but hopefully we'll soon see the output. And yeah, we see the basic concepts illustrated, all our toys painted, labeled, packed, and shipped out to happy homes. So yeah, okay, let's run it again and see. So I have to adjust this. Let me move this here. Let's run it again and see. Okay, cool. All right. Okay. How many? So some of our concepts ran, some of them had errors, but it's cool. We'll fix it right about now. Okay, concept 7 and 8 had issues. Let's so the problem is all right. So let's run it again now and see. Let me all right, we're done. So this was why I wanted the output to be labeled, etc., etc. So please let me know. Can we all see the output, please? Starting from the first concept, opening and reading the data. Please let me know in the chat. Oh, I'm coming. Let me move this. Okay, awesome. So first thing we did, we read files into the memory as a data frame. That's what concept one did. Reading the table, it's just showing us, okay, the CSV file, this is it. This is how it is being read into the table. Rows and columns. So I'm sorry, these are being read into memory as a data frame, rows and columns. So, like I said, whether you're working with whether you're reading data from object stores like an AWS S3 bucket or anywhere else, any of spark.read, you read your CSV or the Parquet file, and then you have it there. So next, we added columns, we added the price with tax, we dropped a column. Who can remember the column we dropped? If you can, drop it in the chat. And then we did our projections and filter. We selected red toys ratings. Oh, Tam, I thought I've given you your D certificate. Collect another one. This one is bonus. Show them that yes, you finished with 2. Give you a second D certificate. Thank you. I'm glad you remembered. So yeah, Gabriel is saying code and output. So that's what we've been doing. Everything we've been doing here. We could have been writing and run at the same time, but I'll just write everything. Okay, code and output. So you want me to, okay, this is for the first one, concept one. Can you see the labeling? Let me, I think you mean I should drop this. So this is it. Concept one, reading our data into PySpark. Can you see it now, Gabriel? Let me make this bigger. Can you see it now, Gabriel? Okay. So reading data into PySpark. Like I said earlier, you can be reading your data from an S3 bucket, right now spark.read. We fire away, whether from a packet file, you want to read a CSV packet file, even if it's the JTBC connector. But here we are, what you might call it, we are using our own small, what you call it, CSV that we created. But it follows the same logic. So we just opened here, we didn't read, but if you're from S3 bucket, you use your spark.read and then you fire away. Next, adding and dropping columns. We like Tam rightly predicted it without seeing the code, or she remembered. We dropped what do you call it? Our ratings. I forgot the simple word. We dropped our ratings column. We added, if you are pricing with tax, let me go back to the output. If you are, yeah, we added our price with tax. We renamed toy name to product name. As you can see it here, toy name, product name. And then we dropped ratings column and then we added a new column called price with tax. So this is just in case you have to tidy up one or two things on a real column, you fire ahead with your syntax, with column you renamed, you change the name. You want to add a new column with column you want to drop, you use your drop. Next, we did our filtering. Wanted yeah, red toys. We filtered, we got red toys where the color is only red here, highlighted here. We did the aggregations, counted category, how many toys are in plush, how many toys are plush, how many toys are cars, how many toys are robots, and then their average price. And then, okay, four was aggregations. Five, we wrote data in our packet file. Yeah, I was wondering, so I just skipped the outputs, but you can put a print statement to show that. Okay. Let me, okay. So, five. So this is five here. It's telling you writing data. So what we did in five here is just to write data into an optimized packet file. We're talking about our compression. This is it highlighted here. I don't know if I can. So this was concept five. All it just told us is writing the data. It has put it for us in a packet file now. Does that make sense, Dennis? So the output, that's why I insisted on writing, even though it's kind of long, I insisted on writing this terminal output so that you can compare and contrast. So that's why I can see concept five, writing data. It was successful. So you see the output writing data. So you will see it just told us that's compressed that CSV into a packet file. We're compressing because it's big data. I want to be working with to be way heavier than this. So what you've used throughout this course. Yes. So we are working with terabytes of data, gigabytes of data compressed into a packet file. Does this make sense, Dennis? All right. Next, six. I started using our SQL that I've been hammering on, should practice. We registered our data frame as temporary SQL tables to allow analysts to interact with the data sets using the ANSI standard queries or our normal SQL queries. Don't let the ANSI standard put you off. No, just so using our normal SQL queries to interact with the data. And then we can see here in SQL syntax, we did select product name, category, price with tax from table where the price is greater than $20. And then we got the output in our SQL. And then we now did our unions and joins. Where's that? Yeah. We did our unions and joins. So as usual, now unions concatenate similar data sets. They join similar data sets. Our joins, they enrich with metadata, and using our window function, it just ranks rows dynamically across different partitions, remember, from SQL without collapsing them. So we did concatenation, okay, let me scroll down to 7. Okay, yeah. Combined for our union. Then did our join in 7B. And then the window function row by row. And then it's user-defined functions, vectorized pandas, UDFs. Like I said, processing mighty data, you need all the tools you can get. So these are UDFs, you just serialize Java objects to Python row by row, slowly. But if you're using a pandas UDF, it uses Apache Arrow, so you have to install Apache Arrow, and then it makes it quick. So it's just working with UDFs faster. Use your pandas. Let me scroll down. Use your pandas UDF, not just UDF like that, and then you're good to go. So let me scroll down. You notice the output. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. So the output is similar because it's a smaller data set. You might not notice the difference, but I'm just showing you if there's any standard UDF for smaller stuff, it might go. Once you're working with something that is very heavy, please switch to your pandas UDF, and then the speed is lightning fast. Like I said, this is your cheat sheet. That's why, let me go back to the code here. I said, yeah, if you want it, yeah, if you want it very fast, you use your pandas UDF. Praise the Lord. So these are concepts and our templates. Any question, good people? Kindly let me know. Yeah, about the file, I'll include it too and give it to Nozipo when she's giving you guys the, what's gonna call it, the files and the slides and recordings and everything. So any question, people? Let me know. Let me check the Q&A. Okay, I can't see no questions in the Q&A. All right, then I think I can release the poll. Uh, all right, the poll is out. Let me know how you feel about this session. Please don't forget, have any issues on the eHub, ask data programs team. Fresh decks, if you're having issues with the tools you need for this course, you can't get into answer bees, etc. And answer briefs for issues you have. If you encounter them, just take a screenshot and fire away for a technical issue, technical with problems with technical content. Just let us know. And don't forget your next assessment is due on Tuesday, 21st of July. We're almost there, guys. You are not alone in the community. Your alumni is here for you. And we're also here for you. Don't forget to post your wins. They're your CV too. I'm wishing you guys all the best, and I'll see you next week.